How's your heart rate?
I don't even know if I have one. It's flatlining on here. Like, where's the heart rate? Is it here? Apple Watch broken. Something's happening. Not normal. I want to know, were there dead bodies in here? Where's the tape? I want to know what happened here. What happened? Nice to see you.
Hey, just how did you guys do that one? I mean, it just felt like you kind of left everything out there.
That's this group, leaving everything out there. It's a great way to define them. They never say die. They never say quit. They just keep fighting. And got a gritty group out there. When you talk about being tougher together, that's an example. You know, down 4, 2 minutes to go, find a way. Wasn't pretty by any stretch of the imagination, but the plays that were made were tough. Felt like everything was against us, and they just kept fighting. And we like to look at our huddles, and near the end of the game, we had one of the best huddles we've seen. And that's when you know you're starting to really gel and come together. And just really proud of them. And that was, I mean, Utah gave us a trouble the last time. You know, they're fighting for life. Craig has had a hard run, but he's got them playing so hard. And Brandon Carlson came back, and we knew how tough they were going to be. And, you know, we just made some plays down the stretch, but we showed a lot of toughness the last 2 games.
Talked to the guys before, but it seems like you guys lead the country in giving up 3-point shots with the shot clock running out. How deflating is that?
That's going to leave a mark, by the way. It's not deflating. You know, what we felt like and what we kept telling the guys is, I think in the first half they made 6 baskets with like 2 or less seconds on the shot clock. And we knew that team, you know, the teams are saying, you know, you can't turn it over versus Washington. So they're using that clock. They want to shorten the game. And you know, they've got good players, and they made a couple shots, you know, shot clock going down. But we felt like we played great defense for 29 seconds, 28 seconds. And that's where we challenged them in the second half. Still kind of happened a few times. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you miss foul shots. Sometimes you miss a wide open shot. Sometimes you make a bad play. But as long as you keep your head and you're able to have a short-term memory and you come out and get right back on track to what we're trying to do, that's when you start seeing maturity as a team. And I felt like that tonight.
Mike, people are starting to characterize you as kind of a surprise team in the Pac-12. Are they surprising you, or did you see?
Oh, you know what? No, you know, we knew what the type of team that we had. Now it just goes back to, you know, coaching. You know, can you get these guys to gel quicker? You know, that's part of the ups and downs of the season. It's been a kind of a you know, a roller coaster ride. COVID. You know, there's so many different issues, but when you have veteran players that are high character kids that just work exceptionally hard and take practice seriously and you know, just this character team. And you just knew that we were going to, how do we reach our potential? And the fun thing about this team is I still think there's a whole nother area, you know. There's certain guys that are playing at a high level. They've been playing at a high level for the most of the year, but there's a few guys that we still know there's some meat on the bone. And that's what's so exciting.
It would seem that the scouting report on Terrell would be out there, that, like, you know, that everybody seemingly knows what he likes to do. And yet when he plays a team for the second time, he goes off for 30. And it's in that same manner. How is that possible?
He watches tape too. You know, teams are going to make their adjustments. He watches tape too. We watch tape too. So we know they're going to defend a certain way. He starts to figure out different ways. And boy, he gets the eyes, boy, and it's going to be hard to stop. You know, he is like a freight train, and he's got such a great feel. He's such a great instinct player. But I'm with you, Percy. It's kind of like you're sitting there like, how can you let him? But he just finds a way. It's like the guys that you say, listen, he's going to go left every time, but for some reason they still know how to get to their left hand. And that's when you have a unique talent. You know, you find a way, and that's who he's been.
I think I asked you like earlier, but a comp for Terrell would be who? Who does he remind you of?
Do you know what's interesting is the guys were talking about the other day, and I had mentioned a guy who I played with at Syracuse named Sherman Douglas. And Sherman, they called him the general. And he was, Terrell's a better scorer. Sherman was but they were just tough. It was all built on hard work and grittiness. And he just figured out ways to win. And a kind of a modern day guy that, it's I don't want to say his game's like that, but more of the mentality is a guy like Kyle Lowry. Like Kyle when he was at Villanova, Now those guys didn't score like Terrell, but that same type of a little bit undersized, and they can go at you and attack you, and they play a physical brand of old school basketball that is so much fun to watch, and you can connect with it and have fun with it, and it's like a throwback.
I think Nate hit a season high with his 11 in the first half. What did you see from him?
Do you know what? The way that they were defending, we kept them in ball screen, and our guys, Dejan Terrell made some great passes to them, got them going. Then they changed how they were defending. But Nate has been, part of, the success that we've had has been him. He's been incredible on the defensive end, rebounding the ball, finishing better around the rim, and, you can see his confidence starting to really blossom as well. 9 rebounds as well. He's been steady Eddie for us.
When you're playing well, the little things just become huge, and you've got a lot of guys that are doing a lot of little things. Nate, setting screens. Emmett Matthews another night with double-digit rebounds. You just got so many little things that are happening, right? Cole coming in and hitting.
Oh.
What are some of the little things that you're seeing that are really making a difference in taking this team to another level?
I think with certain guys, our job is to get them to play at the highest level of their individual talent within the team system. And they're starting to understand the system and what we want from them. And then a guy like Cole, who can come in and hadn't played maybe for 6 or 7 or 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 10 minutes, and come in and shoot a dagger. That shows maturity. That shows that the coaching staff, Coach Podnexter and Coach Jones and Coach Conroy are getting those guys and having them mentally prepared to be able to go in there and produce. That's what it's all about. And I think the fun thing about this team, it's been a different guy every night. It could be Jackson Grant's, we had to go small. And so, we have kind of counter punches for a lot of different teams that we're going to play. I shortened the bench a little bit tonight, but a little bit reason why I felt like in our first meeting, our man-to-man and our press is what got us back. And so, it worked tonight for us.
Like you mentioned, maybe the best huddle of the year. What makes a great huddle?
You can see when everybody's together, they're all connected and they're all looking at each other. And you can see the authenticity of it. There's fake huddles too. But then you can see when guys, it's like when you hug your wife or your son or your daughter, the love hug compared to like the side hug with the hips. It's like yeah. That was my example of a hug. But you can just you can see and feel the connectivity.
The play I noticed at the end was Cole not taking that 3 in the last 20 seconds when you guys were trying to let the clock run out. How important is it just to see your team come together and do all those little right things? Now that you're going to go back on the road and play.
They're finding how to win, and it's not sometimes less is when you're trying to use the clock or be strong with the ball or setting up and making foul shots or time and score. That just shows you that you're learning and you're understanding. And to be honest with you, I wish he shot it. And someone was saying, the clock, and I'm like, he said the clock. I was like, my man is a flamethrower. I thought that thing was automatic the way my man was looking. Cole it's so fun to watch a guy just mature right in front of your eyes. And have those moments. And our crowd, I'm going to keep saying it, off the charts. And this team deserves it, They deserve it.
Hey, how big was the three-pointer in the second overtime from Dejan to just really get things started?
Oh, my God. His 3 charges, his great penetration and kick, his defense. He had a block shot that very few people on planet Earth can make. He just, he didn't have the greatest first half. He just stayed with it. That's the thing about it. Kept being positive, kept encouraging. Teammates kept encouraging him and made huge play. And you could see it in his eyes. I mean, how many in the first couple years. How many threes did he make against us when the game was on the line? He made a half-court shot against USC. He's the guy who loves the moment. And, boy, he just I was like, oh, my God. It's like, can't even tell you what it feels like as a coach when you see that, man. Pretty cool. My heart going yet? Has it started? Siri's going to tell me in a minute.
Anything else, Coach?
We're good. All right, cool.
All right, guys. Thank you.